On February 3rd, the White House had a department press briefing where they kicked out again some wild accusations against Russia. But one journalist just resisted to swallow that pill without seeing any piece of evidence. This is going to be a fun episode. Stay tuned.
Come on. It'll be fun. I promise.
Yeah. Sure.
Hi, my name is Heiko. This is OK by 2, the slightly other channel. White House spokesperson Ned Price is leading this department press briefing on new release declassified US intelligence on Russia's preparation for a false flag operation by producing fake video evidence which would justify a military action against Ukraine. Remember the washing powder and Colin Powell at the UN? Or Nayirah talking about the babies in Kuwait? I might be wrong, but what if there is no spoon?
Only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
Let's run the video and have some fun.
Now, we can say that the United States has information that Russia is planning to stage fabricated attacks by Ukrainian military or intelligence forces as a pretext for a further invasion of Ukraine. One possible option the Russians are considering, and which we made public today, involves the production of a propaganda video, a video with graphic scenes of false explosions, depicting corpses, crisis actors pretending to be mourners, and images of destroyed locations or military equipment, entirely fabricated by Russian intelligence.
Wait a minute. You're talking about this right now. Like staged explosions and sending in white helmets to rescue crying children, like rescuing one little girl 3 times. We all know what you just described is the typical American playbook to construct a crisis. But let him finish.
To be clear, the production of this propaganda video is one of a number of options that the Russian government is developing as a fake pretext to initiate and potentially justify military aggression against Ukraine. We don't know if Russia will necessarily use this or another option in the coming days. We are publicizing it now, however, in order to lay bare the extent of Russia's destabilizing actions towards Ukraine and to dissuade Russia from continuing this dangerous campaign and ultimately launching a military attack.
Okay, well that's quite a mouthful there. So you said actions such as these suggest otherwise, suggest meaning that they suggest they're not interested in talks and they're going to go ahead with some kind of what action are you talking about?
One, the actions I've just pointed to. The fact that Russia continues to engage in disinformation campaigns.
You made an allegation that they might do that. Have they actually done it?
What we know, Matt, is what I have just said, that they have engaged in this activity, in this planning activity. But let me because obviously this is not the first time we've made these reports public. You'll remember that just a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry, made what report public?
If you'll let me finish, I will tell you what report we made public. We told you a few weeks ago that we have information indicating Russia also has already prepositioned a group of operatives to conduct a false flag operation in eastern Ukraine. So that, Matt, to your question, is an action that Russia has already taken.
It's an action that you say that they have taken, but you have shown no evidence to confirm that. And I'm going to get to the next question here, which is, what is the evidence that they... I mean, this is like crisis actors, really? This is like Alex Jones territory you're getting into now. What evidence do you have to support the idea that there is some propaganda film in the making?
Matt, this is derived from information known to the U.S. government, intelligence information that we have declassified. I think you know...
Okay, well, where is it? Where is this information?
It is intelligence information that we have declassified.
Well, where is it? Where's the declassified information?
I just delivered it.
No, you made a series of allegations and statements.
Would you like us to print out the topper? Because you will see a transcript of this briefing that you can print out for yourself.
That's not evidence, Ned. That's you saying it. That's not evidence. I'm sorry.
What would you like, Matt?
I would like to see some proof that you that you can show that
Matt, you have
that shows that the Russians are doing this. Ned, I've been doing this for a long time.
I know, that was my point.
As
You have been doing this for quite a while. You know that when we declassify intelligence information,
right. And I
we do so in a means. We do so with an eye to protecting sources and methods.
Is not going to fall. I remember a lot of things. So where is the declassified information other than you coming out here and saying?
Matt, I'm sorry you don't like the format, but we have declassified.
It's not the format; it's the content.
I'm sorry you don't like the content. I'm sorry you are doubting the information that is in the possession of the U.S. government.
No,
what I'm telling you is that this is information that's available to us. We are making it available to you in order for a couple reasons. One is to attempt to deter the Russians from going ahead with this activity. Two, in the event we're not able to do that, in the event the Russians do go ahead with this, to make it clear as day, to lay bare the fact that this has always been an attempt on the part of the Russian Federation to fabricate a pretext.
Yeah, but you don't have any evidence to back it up other than what you're saying. It's like you're saying, we think we have information the Russians may do this, but you won't tell us what the information is. And then when you're asked,
that is the idea behind deterrence, Matt. That is the idea behind deterrence.
And when
it is our hope that the Russians don't go forward with this.
What the information is, you say, "I just gave it to you," but that's not what
you seem not to understand. You seem not to understand the idea of deterrence. We are trying to deter the Russians from moving forward with this type of activity. That is why we are making it public today. If the Russians don't go forward with this, that is not ipso facto an indication that they never had plans to do so.
But then it's unprovable. I mean, my God, what is the evidence that you have that suggests that the Russians are even planning this?
Matt,
I'm not saying that they're not, but you just come out and say this and expect us just to believe it without you showing a shred of evidence that it's actually true. Other than when I ask, or when anyone else asks, what's the information? You said, well, I just gave it to you, which was just you making a statement.
Matt, you said yourself, you've been in this business for quite a long time. You know that when we make information, intelligence information public, we do so in a way that protects sensitive sources and methods. You also know that we declassify information only when we're confident in that information. If you doubt the credibility of the U.S. government, of the British government,
I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses.
Nayirah was offered as a witness to the Human Rights Caucus by the public relations firm of Hill and Qualton, which represented a group called the Citizens for a Free Kuwait. Hill and Qualton was paid $8 million for its representation. Nayirah's last name was Al-Sabah. She was the daughter of Saud bin Nasir al-Sabah, the Kuwaiti ambassador to the United States. Following this, al-Sabah's testimony has come to be regarded as a classic example of modern wartime propaganda, which resulted in 1 million dead Iraqis.
They took the babies out of the incubators. Took the incubators and left the children to die on the cold floor.
But let him finish.
But do they actually have a video?
The fact that we are able to go into such great detail, obviously I'm not going to spell out what is in our possession, but I will leave it to you.
We lied, we cheated, we stole.
I will leave that to your judgment, your imagination.
There are no facts that you've spelled out.
Coming days. Do you have evidence this was intended to come out in the coming days?
We've said, Ben, for some time now that the Russians have positioned forces. They have undertaken preparations that if Putin decides to move forward with an invasion, they're positioned to do so. They are poised to do so.
In the coming days, I mean, is that a timeline that you felt that this was going to happen imminently?
Well, we know what they are planning for. We know the contingencies that they have engaged in. And again, these are the kinds of steps that they are poised to undertake if that decision is made. Our goal in all of this is to deter an invasion, to deter this type of activity. So we certainly hope it doesn't take place. We are making clear what we know so that in the event it does take place, it will be clear to the world what this actually was and what it was not.
And the pre-positioned teams, when do you suggest they were pre-positioned? Are we going back months? I mean, or is this a more recent sort of deployment?
Well, this was something that we made public several weeks ago now. So several weeks ago, we said that information available to us indicated that Russia had already pre-positioned a group of operatives to conduct a false flag operation in eastern Ukraine.
Was it recent at that point? Because if they had come across just a few weeks ago, that would be a Russian aggression across the border, which you've warned time and time again would result in, severe consequences.
Ben, you know that the sort of hybrid activity that we've been pointing to, much of it has been going on since 2014. Obviously, we're very attuned to any Russian aggression against Ukraine that may take place in this atmosphere, given the heightened tensions. Andrea?
I might be wrong, but what if there is no spoon?
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here.
But only hot air to push the narrative of a Russian threat, fuel anxiety, and lay the ground for more military spending. That would be really bad for companies like Raytheon, since back in the days when the tension started, when the crisis started in the Middle East and Ukraine, they were full of hope for increasing profits. Just to make it absolutely clear, this horrendous propaganda is laying the ground for the narrative in case if something happens in Ukraine and Russian troops would move forward, that would be only a reason fabricated by Russia and did not happen at all. This gives a free ride for the US to provoke anything in the regions of Donbass and Lugansk. In that case, the US and its allies could exactly do what he just described, and if Russia wouldn't stand by watching bombs explode and people getting killed, they, the US, will call that a fake pretext fabricated by Russia. What we are witnessing here right now is the US war machine laying out a trap for Russia to step in. Hard to tell what's going to happen. Let's hope Russia won't take the bait. Let's wrap up today's video with a quote by William Casey, former CIA director between 1981 and 1987. He said, quote, "We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false." You will find all links for this episode down in the video description. Leave me a comment. Stay curious. See you soon. Bye.
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And is the price worth it?
I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here.